Mr. Harris here, and welcome to another video of Chapter 10.2. In this video, we're going to sum up this topic, 10.2. We'll be talking about eye care, and finally, we'll be doing some questions. Okay, in the previous video, we've already learned about some common eye defects and eye diseases. We've also learned about short-sightedness, long-sightedness. So we now know that our eyes are super important. So we should try our best to aim in order to protect them well, protect our eyes well. What I want you to do is please make sure you read Activity 10.5. It's a very good read, so I'll be going through a bit. Over here it mentions that about 65% of secondary school students in Hong Kong, they are short-sighted, meaning they cannot see distant objects clearly. It's blurred for them. The rate is even higher than in other regions like Australia and Europe. So the rate here in Hong Kong is much higher in other regions. And one of the reasons is because of the long time use of electronic screen products. Some believe that the high rate of short-sightedness among students in Hong Kong is related to looking at small screens of electronic screen products closely for a very long period of time. So especially for those of you that love to play your gamings on your phone, for example, PUBG, Fortnite, Critical Ops, and whatnot, make sure that you stop doing so for a long periods of time. Because people with severe short-sightedness, they develop a much higher risk of eye problems such as cataract and retina damage. So previous videos already mentioned cataract will make our lens become cloudy. So let's see. Give one eye problem that people will suffer with severe short sight are more likely to suffer. So as I mentioned, cataract is when the lens becomes cloudy, and of course the retina will be damaged. So for those of us that are already wearing glasses, if we continue our habits of looking at small screens of electronic screen products for a very long time closely, it would be even worse for us. Besides causing short-sightedness, are there some other harmful effects on our health? Of course, the improper posture may cause muscle pain when for example, we're bent over, like this boy over here, bent over and look at his mobile phone, his smartphone device. So that may cause muscle pain. And also, some of us, we wear headphones or earphones when we're listening to, for example, music or gaming. Those may cause hearing problems as well. So one way, we can suggest some ways to protect our eyes when using electronic screen products. So first off, very important is to keep enough distance between the mobile device, your laptop, your Chromebook from your eyes. And also, every 30 minutes or so, give your eyes enough rest by looking at distant objects. This could be done. You can just go outside your house, but nowadays, because of the social situation, the virus situation, you can just look outside your window. That will be perfectly fine. So here are some health tips to take care of your eye. First off, make sure when you're reading or using any electronic screen product, your smartphone, your computer, make sure there is sufficient lighting. Also, keep enough distance between your books, your textbooks, your homework, whatever, your tablets, and your computer. Every 30 minutes or so, give your eyes some rest by looking at distant objects. Of course, if you look at some greenery, that will be also very good. When you're outdoors in very bright sunlight, make sure you're wearing sunglasses. And also, please do not rub your eyes. This may cause some infections. And finally, from time to time, make sure you're having your regular eye checkups. So let's wrap up this part. These are the checkmark questions. Let's look at question 1A. We can see small objects clearly with the help of a pair of binoculars. Is that true? Of course not. That is false. The binoculars, they help us to look at distant objects or far away objects. So what can help us, what instruments can help us look at small objects? Of course, you have microscope and you have the hand lenses or magnifying glasses. Question B, there are no light sensitive cells on the blind spot. Is that true? Yes, of course, it is true. So there are no rod and cone cells. All right, let's see question C. Images cannot be formed on the blind spot. Is that true? No, it's not true. Images can be formed on the blind spot. It's just that there are no light sensitive cells, there are no rod and cone cells, so the messages are not being sent to your brain. Okay, but images can be formed. As I mentioned earlier, this is a misconception, so make sure you don't fall into this trap. Let's see question D. People with astigmatism, they cannot distinguish colors. Okay, this is a fairly easy one. Of course not. It is people with color blindness. They cannot distinguish colors. So it should be false. So people with astigmatism, they cannot really see objects clearly. It's a bit blurred. For example, straight lines, they'll see several lines over there. And people with color blindness, of course, they cannot distinguish between colors. The most common type is red or green, red and green color blindness. Question 2. Lens being too thick is a cause of, yes, it is a cause of short-sightedness. And the lens being too thin, that is a cause of long-sightedness or long sight. Question 2b. The eyeball being too short is a cause of what type of eye defect? So over here I have an eyeball. Let me just quickly copy this and let me paste another one just to show you how I will answer this question. Okay, now I have two of the same eyeballs. Let me try and shorten this one. Okay, now for example, I've shortened the eyeball. Okay, just to show you what I'm trying to do over here. So now that the eyeball is shortened, the image will be formed. Will it be formed in front or at the back? Say for example, over here the image is perfectly formed on the retina. However, the same image over here will be formed behind the retina. Okay, because the eyeball is now shortened. Now, because the image is formed behind the retina. Let me go back. Image is behind the retina. And we've learned earlier, this is a cause for long-sightedness. All right. Let's continue. Question 2c. People with what type of eye defect they cannot see distant objects clearly? Okay, this is fairly simple. It is, of course, people with short sight, because they can only see nearsighted. They can only see near objects. They are not able to see far away objects clearly. And finally, I think, okay, there are two more questions. 2D. What eye defect can be corrected by wearing convex lenses? Okay, this should be long sight. Yes. And how about for short sight? For short sight, we will need to wear concave lenses. All right. Question 3. The diagram shows the path of the light from a distant object in a boy's eye. Okay, so there's a light from a distant object going through the lens, and finally the image is being formed. Where's the image being formed? Is it in front or at the back? the image is being formed in front of the retina. So image is in front of the retina. Okay, let me go ahead and read the question first. Which of the following eye defects is the boy likely to suffer from? So A, short sight, B, long sight, C, color blindness, D, astigmatism. So let me go back over here. So first off, the image is being formed in front of the retina. So this is already a massive giveaway that this is. I'm not doing a giveaway. A giveaway meaning hint. Okay, not the giveaway you're thinking about. So this is a massive hint that this is short sight. And also, there are two other hints in the question that I could see. The second hint I can see is that the lens is very thick. The lens is too thick. So this is another problem for people with short-sightedness. And another hint is that why will the question ask me for a distant object? So what type of eye defect, or people with what type of eye defect will have trouble seeing a distant object? That is, of course, people with short-sightedness or people with short sight. So over here, I can see that there are three hints leading to me knowing that this is a problem that the boy suffers from short sight. So the answer is A. All right. So that sums up this video. We talked about how we could take care of our eyes, how secondary school students are suffering from a very high percentage. So I'm hoping that you will be taking into account those healthcare measures that you need to take. All right, that sums up this video. I'll see you guys in the next one when we will start chapter 10.3. That's it. Bye.